And we're live here
Hey everyone,
on Lantern's channel here.
let's raise some hell.
Let's raise some hell, all right? People don't like us talking about things, so we're going to talk about them even more. Okay?
I'm a Ray Fisher supporter.
He's a Ray Fisher supporter.
And I'm a Snyder Cut supporter.
And I'm more neutral on the matter.
No, you're not.
He's the moderator.
No,
Yes, I am.
No, he's not. Sci-fi is not.
Well, I mean, look, I'm neutral, but I lean more towards Lantern side. But it's not like I'm full on, like his side.
Yeah.
Well, just to wrong. This guy, he raised some hell on my channel. If you want to go check it out, my viewers, half of them did. I think half and half. Half did not like it.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing when half your audience is like, "This is bullshit," and the other half's like, "All right."
Well, I mean, this isn't Star Wars. That's good for YouTube content. Like you want, that's good content. If everyone doesn't agree, I don't like it with them.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm clearly the unbiased party here. With the Ray Fisher thing. Okay, guys, I'll be the mediator. You guys can go at it. Okay.
Oh, we're doing this again.
I thought I was the unbiased mediator.
I'm the unbiased guy. I like Ray Fisher. I don't think there's a reason to call him a liar yet. Like,
I mean, we're all unbiased. I think because we're all claiming we're unbiased, but we're all biased to some degree. Everybody's biased.
You want to talk about some really crazy stuff? Is I'm late to the party on some of this trending stuff. I really did not know about this QAnon stuff. What is it called? QAnon and then Tom Hanks.
I wanted to address that because I watched your video and I want to say that while I don't really believe the accusations necessarily, I do think there is a reason to be like a little bit suspicious of Tom Hanks because if you guys didn't know, a few weeks ago, like last month, him and his wife moved to Greece for some reason.
Yeah.
And they bailed out of the country as the FBI.
The rumor was they have looser laws on prosecuting
those
files. We'll just say files.
The petios.
But that's not true. That's not true. They did actually present it to be a law to lessen the punishment years ago when people flipped out in Greece, and it didn't happen. So that's false. Fact check, false.
So what do you think? Yeah. Well, so what do you think about Tom Hanks? Do you think he's an actual pedophile? You think?
I don't believe so. I could be wrong, and I don't think we have just like Ray Fisher. I think people attacking him have their bias hanging out. Politics because he's he has TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and I think that skews a lot of people thinking he's got something to hide. I'm not for or against Trump. I'm not for or against them.
But when it comes to that sort of thing, I think it's because in some cases the people who do have TDS do have skeletons in their closet. Some of them.
Yeah,
sort of projecting. Yeah.
Also that are with this QAnon that think Trump is God. Yeah. I mean, you might like him, but part of this QAnon stuff is they really think he's like a godlike figure,
like he's gonna drain the swamp.
Or I saw a video where they asked him about it. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know whether that's good or bad. He didn't. They're like, you're gonna demolish all the files and expose them all. And he's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's kind of done that before with other things. Like whenever he's asked about Edward Snowden, he kind of acts like he doesn't know what people are talking about.
Yeah. He's just playing. He knows.
Yeah.
Or it's a smart tactic. You don't really want to if you want to be popular, you don't really shake the boat. You just you don't criticize anyone really except your opponent. Mm-hmm. So he only criticizes his opponent, and that's it. And he won't address things.
And he knows that whatever he says will be scrutinized by the mainstream media, like CNNs, MSNBCs, and all those other people.
Fox News. Don't leave out Fox.
Oh yeah, Fox News. I know some people. The weird thing about when it comes to the mainstream media is that like some people like they'll really go after CNN, but then they'll excuse Fox News and say
Right.
that they're truthful, but
They're all bad. They're all bad.
yeah.
Hmm. All right, so
I mean,
that's Trump. All right, that's what does that have to do with Tom
sorry to
Hanks?
start off with politics.
Okay, what was that, Lantern?
What does that have to do with Tom Hanks, though?
Oh,
being a pedophile.
A lot.
What is he covering? He's got to be covering up something, right?
You think?
He just deleted all his tweets.
Okay, so that I could explain too. I researched it. I saw this QAnon. They're after Oprah. They're after Ellen, and they like like just for an example is like when a big group goes down to downvote movies on Rotten Tomatoes or something. Think about how many millions of followers these people have. Like like YouTubers complain when they get a few. Imagine the people, and then if there is a large group that thinks they're up to something, they are constantly saying stuff or going through each thing. I would delete my stuff too. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. And that could even be. I'm not saying that's the reason he left and he's in Greece, but listen, there's where was he before he left? Was he in California, New York?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That they are dealing with the pandemic. He already had the Rona. But then that was, I also did some research. They say he didn't have the Rona. Someone said he had an ankle bracelet on in Australia and he couldn't leave because he was being convicted. So I mean, he might just be sick of stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, why do you? I would throw it back right at you. Why do you do you assume something because he left and he's in Greece?
No, I just think people are targeting him for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, he's sick. He might be sick of it. Like, I know he doesn't like Trump. I know that. But does that make
I don't
guilty?
think everybody in Hollywood's a pedophile. I know that's like the big hot topic.
I'm sure there are. Yeah,
I'm sure there are.
Yeah,
there's pedophiles everywhere in your church, in your schools, in your grocery stores, and politics. They're everywhere.
Listen, there's a reason it's trending on Netflix. That movie.
Yeah, I would think we should talk about that too because it's pretty related, right? Yeah.
I mean, everyone complains. This is what drives me nuts about public. Like they complain, but you watch it. I'm like, well, but you, Lantern, you weren't really complaining that much. You're just like, I wanted to see what it's about.
Yeah.
Let me see.
What? Oh, we got some people in the chats too.
Okay.
Shadow Vessels here. So Star Wars fan. Obviously, I got to take a test. All right, Star Wars fan, you get back here. And Shadow Vessel, obviously. Couldn't be here today. I usually do these with Shadow Vessel.
Okay.
Okay. He's a great guy. He got a new job this week, so he's all busy. But yeah, man, like the Cuties thing, I think is pretty fascinating. How people like universally are bashing it.
Well, that's why this QAnon thing is becoming more prevalent now. They're like, this is the proof. This is the proof. Tom Hanks is leaving the country. Cuties is trending.
It feels like coincidence, though. Like when you think about it, like it just feels like, all right, this movie just came out at a certain time, but like people haven't seen the movie and they're judging it. Like that's kind of like that always threw me off. So I'm like, all right, the movie can't just be about girls twerking, and it really isn't about that. And I was surprised at how hard people went against this film.
Well, I think they're just against it on principle. Like they don't want kids to be doing this period. So
they do. Like I think it's a true to life tale. Like I think this is like it's commentating on something that happens in real life.
If it was a documentary and say this is what happens, and they showed real kids instead of actors, people would be applauding it. But because it's fictional.
It's a fictional.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help the fact that the way that Netflix marketed it.
Yeah, they marketed it horrible. It was like, they used all the pedo shots in the movie, right? And they used those in the trailer, and I think that's
that was actually effective marketing, whether you like it or not.
I mean, it got me to see it. I would have never seen the movie if all this shit didn't happen on Twitter. Like it would have went past my radar. I would have never even heard of it.
So it's effective marketing. That's it doesn't have to be a good response to be effective.
That's how Trump got elected at the end of the day. I mean, when you think about it. But like, I don't know, it's kind of weird because you kind of gave the pedophiles a way out, right? You know what I'm saying? Because all they have to do is say, "Oh, I hate Cuties." That movie's what a horrible movie that is, and they blend in with everybody else. So, like, congratulations, everybody! You just made it hard to find the pedophiles. Like, at least that's what.
Oh
I think.
no, there are some that do weird videos saying
Oh
how
yeah, that YouTube
on
guy. Yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah, and
Let's
the whole
he-
map thing.
yeah.
Have you guys heard about that? The maps.
No.
Mm.
It's an acronym. I don't know if this will get the video demonetized, but the acronym means minor attracted person.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and they even
I've
have like
heard.
a pride flag for that sort of thing too. Like
What?
I've seen
Okay. I've heard about something about this that they want to be recognized in the community LGBT. That they want to
yeah,
be.
and
They want
some
to attach them. Yeah.
That's fucking
yeah, and
weird.
some of the and like the LGBT people, they're not really accepting them either. So it's like it's not like they're
As they
welcoming them in with
shouldn't.
open. No, they shouldn't, and that's a good thing. I'm glad that that people out there have a conscience and aren't sellouts.
Yeah. I mean, I like Shalville, you don't have to watch the movie. I'm not telling anybody to watch the movie, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Nobody has to watch Cuties, okay?
And don't defend it on YouTube. Whew.
It's like I'm not gonna make videos defending it, but I find
People
it
are
pretty
passionate
surprising.
about it. Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. I saw a clip on Nerdette Newsstand channel because I was like, "What is everyone talking about?" And then I saw that, and she's like, "Share this." Yeah. And I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was like, oh, "Okay, I see what they mean now."
Yeah, but I'm a film buff, so I watch a lot of movies.
Including a lot of weird movies too.
Yeah, have you seen Siberia? What's that movie called? The Siberian film or whatever. That film's fucked up. Yeah.
Are you talking about the Keanu Reeves movie? Because there's like a Keanu Reeves movie that's called Siberia or something like that.
Not that one. It's a foreign film and it's real fucked up. It ends with the husband raping his son. Okay, so it's like real fucked up shit. Like 11-year-old kid. Okay, I mean like I've seen some worse films than Cuties. Okay, guys. So I it's interesting. I see all the targeting on that movie, but we don't have to stay on that topic.
Yeah, we can shift over to something more pleasant.
More pleasant, like Ray Fisher and.
Oh yeah,
go ahead. I don't care. I mean, I support him.
I mean,
I do think we go overboard in the Snyder Cut community is making it like the next movement.
Yeah, I feel like me and Shadow talked about this once. Like we feel like it's like people returning from Iraq and like not knowing they're not in the war anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's the feeling I get sometimes.
You're getting the intensity of demanding the Snyder Cut for Ray, which I think there should be if there was wrong done. It's just too much to like plant your flag and stand it on either side. I think. Like the clown blocks, like I have to be vague when I refer to them, and for reasons. And
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then other like my friends, they support him without a doubt, and I'm like, I would like to say that I don't doubt him. It's just it's got like my video we did the other day. I'm like, where do you go from here? I don't know where to go, and I think I don't really see it going anywhere else. Unless he does join with John Boyega and then they make it a thing like that. And then you will be proven right that they are making it a racial thing. But then they feel that way. So how can you discredit their opinions? They're 100%. You can't really say, oh, we don't. Then you're attacking their integrity of why they're saying it if they actually feel that way, or
But on Ray Fisher's on his side, he started this because of Josh Whedon's mistreatment of the crew on set, and it just keeps evolving to different things, right? It's not like he's not staying focused on one thing. And
true, true, but I think it is kind of an issue in Hollywood that we. Oh, I'm not saying I'm not saying denounce your white privilege or anything. We're privileged to know that we haven't really had this problem like they have.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some now think that the white guys are getting the short end of the stick in movies, like when it goes overly woke, and then the scales have tipped.
Mm-hmm.
But it is. I foresee it being a problem, and I kind of see like if. But you had the argument that they messed up other people's character arcs in Justice League too. But I think the most impacted was Cyborg. Like, I don't know if Flash had that much more. We'll see. We'll wait and see into the Snyder Cut.
I mean, that's another thing we could talk about too. Somebody earlier wanted my thoughts on all the fucking the Flash movie and the DC characters, all that stuff. Adding a lot more DC. I didn't hear about that. Them adding more characters. I just know about the whole thing that came out where we talked about a little bit yesterday with the Flash movie. Being a reboot, right? It's like resetting things.
Restart. It's not a
restart. Yeah.
So that could mean many things.
That could mean many things. A soft reboot is what it sounded like. That means they're going to keep the same actors.
Or it can mean restarting forward focus of the heroes working together, because you haven't really seen that since Justice League. All the movies have been kind of like solo fare. Mm-hmm. They might slightly allude to other things, but that's about it. Like Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Shazam, and Joker. There was nothing that's linked together. It could be restarting that and not forgetting the past. It also said that in the quote. Yeah,
I mean, I'm fine with that. You know, I hope they get something going though, and I hope the Flash movie doesn't tank horribly.
Oh yeah, it has to. It has to be. They have to. There's a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah.
And then there's Ezra Miller
like
too.
10 different writers, you know what I'm saying? Like 5 different directors. It's not looking good if we're being objective. Yeah. But yeah, I still hope it does good.
Muschietti, I think I trust that he could deliver a good film.
Oh yeah, he's done it a couple times.
Ezra Miller, I'm still not sold on. I mean, I think he is the weakest of the Justice League. I think Cyborg's better than him. I like Cyborg a lot, actually. But the Ezra Miller Flash, that was the only thing
that kind of weirds me out about his Flash is the run, I guess.
Yeah, I don't
where he flails his arms and around.
Yeah, it's silly. What do you think about that side Dragon? Though, what do you hope the Flash movie to be? Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know that much about the comics, so I'm not really sure what to expect from this Flash movie. And as long as it's a good movie, I'll be satisfied. As long as it's well written and there's good action and all this good special effects and all.
Now that I think about it, they needed Affleck to come back for it, like to get that extra box office push. Like that's what's going to get it more money. And then Michael Keaton too. Are you kidding me? People are going to go to see that.
See it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think on it, if it didn't have that and it was a Flashpoint and they didn't bring back Affleck or Keaton, I don't think it would get that box office. I think they had to do something like this. And it has to deliver. It has to deliver. 100%. There's no more procrastinating on these movies, like tying them together somehow, figuring out some way forward. There's no more. This is it.
Agreed.
Have they confirmed or not whether Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be in it or no?
I think that's pretty much a fan's favorite, and I think he'll be in it.
It hasn't been official though, but we're hoping. Yeah, that's hoping.
I mean, because Thomas Wayne is a huge part of the Flashpoint story, right?
Yeah, and did you guys read Doomsday Clock? Are you guys comic readers at any chance?
No,
not really.
I more enjoy these like animated and movies. Yeah. I should get into comics more. I'm wearing a Doctor Doom mask for God's sake.
I just don't know where to start when it comes to the comics because there's so many of them. It's like, where do you even start?
Dude, you just gotta pick a character and stick with it because there's so much. You'll never read every comic in your life, that's for sure.
I am kind of interested in looking into like French comic books because like stuff like Valerian, because I watched the movie that came out in was it 2017 2018 or something like that. I don't remember when that movie came out, and it got me interested in reading the comics that it's based off of, Valerian and Loreline. I heard that the Fifth Element is sort of based on a comic book called The Incel or something. Or the In-Call or something.
Since you are in the comics, Lantern, what have you followed the Comicsgate stuff, or you don't? Do you get any of that, or
that's
just
some
kind of
stuff
know?
I like to. I don't really. I'm trying to stay away from that stuff, But
Yeah.
I've been
any of
trying
the. I mean,
with,
not even like the personalities on YouTube, just the actual content.
no,
Does
dude.
that interest you?
When I even listen to them, I hear the bias in their voice. You know what I'm saying? Because they obviously want something to be the case, right? So they're gonna try and make it, whatever they're saying, they're gonna try to make it fit in the frame, right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
but does any of the content, like the stories, interest you at all? Like Cyberfrog didn't do it for you, or some of the other stuff that they were working on?
Not
Just
really.
not interested. Okay.
I've been reading a lot of DC. I've actually been catching up on Jeff Johns' Doomsday Clock. So good. It's a sequel to Watchmen and everything. And before the setup to the book, they bring back Thomas Wayne from Flashpoint, and they tie it all together. That's what I was trying to get to.
Okay.
So like Thomas Wayne could be a big character.
Is this? I've heard of this thing. Doomsday Clock is like a sequel to Watchmen, or like in that same universe. Will they try to work out another film? Would they try to get Snyder back, or no?
Well, it's a possibility now because Watchmen universe is now in the DC universe. It's all connected now. So these characters can cross over. And since Zack Snyder already made Watchmen, why not bring him back to do?
I would love that.
People? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody would be pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody wants Zack Snyder to like do another Superman, but I'm like, he could do some crazy shit with Watchmen now that it's all tied together.
Yeah.
So
did you watch the HBO series Watchmen?
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't like it that much. It was all right. I didn't think it was like the best thing in the world. Yeah. So
I didn't finish it. I still have to finish it. It was
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting. It was just weird.
It's on HBO Max if everybody hasn't seen it.
I'm waiting to get HBO Max for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Yeah, I'm borrowing my friends at the moment. I'm still yet to spend money on it.
I don't really have any streaming services of my own. Like I don't have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, or anything like that.
Borrow it from people. Yeah, you just take it from.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my family does anyway. We borrow it from my aunt. She has Netflix, but we don't. So it's like we're using her Netflix account to watch Netflix movies and stuff.
Oh, Shadow Vessel was saying in the comments, have you seen the Babysitter sequel? I just watched it with my wife.
Really?
Yeah, I see where they were going for the type of humor, the gross out stuff. I didn't think it was that great. The first one was better. I think the tone fit better in the first one.
I didn't even see the first one.
Have you guys been back to theaters lately?
No. Well, actually, I was going to ask you something related to that. Have any of you guys seen Tenet?
Not yet. Yeah.
Oh,
that's the next one I want to see though.
Because I've heard like some kind of mixed things about Tenet. Like some people like it, some people think it's just okay, and some very few people think it's bad, but not really that many.
It's disastrous for the movie theater industry because they were expecting better. I mean, I think Grace was reporting 4 million over this weekend. That's pretty bad for second week.
That's as much as Jeff Johns made on the Three Jokers comic book. You guys understand? Did you say 4 million? Did you say
let me see. I have to look up Grace's
ink and paper, man, and get you 4 million.
I think she said that. I retweeted. Oh no, sorry. 6.7.
That's it?
Million. Yep, for the weekend.
The whole weekend, $6 million?
6.7 million.
Well, I retweeted something.
I mean, in the US. I don't know about worldwide, but
worldwide it grossed 200 million.
That's still not good for this film.
Yeah, no, it's not.
He spends a lot on that IMAX.
How long has it been out? When did it come out?
This is the second weekend.
Second weekend.
Although I think it's the third weekend if you include international. I think they came out before. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And
they had the pre-screenings.
Yeah. So it's probably not even going to cross 500 million at this point, right?
That's why.
And it's because everything's still closed down. Some people can't access the theaters to see the movie, and they don't want to drive like across state lines in order to watch a movie in a theater where
unless
you still have to wear a mask or anything, and you have to do all the social distancing and all the other stuff associated with the pandemic.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I could wait for Tenet though. I've been watching Raised by Wolves on HBO Max.
Me too. Great show.
Yeah, it's really great sci-fi, and it really tackles like religion and science and all that stuff.
The trailer kind of made it look like a sci-fi version of Three Little Pigs. Or what was that? Or was that something different? I don't even know.
I'm not sure. I don't know I didn't see the trailer.
She says that story in the thing that was a scary moment. You remember that moment where she says that Three Little Pigs that she blows in their face after you just see her kill like 50 people like that?
Yeah,
that was like horrific shit.
That's what the trailer made it look like. It looked like it was an adaptation of Three Little Pigs, but with a sci-fi twist. But it's from what I'm
telling the story to be creepy and
But the way they edited the trailer made it look like that. It was kind of weird.
That and I've been watching The Boys. I just didn't see the last episode yet.
Yeah, how's that so far?
Oh, did you see The Boys yet?
Not yet. I'm saving.
Oh, did you see season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loved it. I think it's a great season. Yeah.
Yeah, season 2 is great too. I like releasing episodes one at a time. It makes it's fun to keep up with multiple things, especially since the state of movies. It does not look like they're coming back yet.
Not for a while.
Yeah. And people keep. I think I've been this is my fault too. I've been like, oh, let's just get the 2021. I guess what? It's gonna suck at the beginning too. We're in this for a while.
I know. Yeah. I remember when this pandemic first started, people were like, "Oh, it's just gonna be 2-3 months at most." I'm like, guys, they don't even have a vaccine yet. Like, they gotta make that first.
Well,
and then it's like
then you're gonna have people deciding. And I'm not getting into the politics of who should take it or who shouldn't. Everyone decides on their own. But if not everyone takes it, it's not as effective.
Yeah.
And then, or it doesn't. It's not effective at all. And then it takes a while.
Yeah, or well, I think when people are like feel safe, when they're confident that the virus is not a threat anymore, I think they'll start like going out more and going back to like normal life, I guess. And also the states that are still locked down need to reopen and just reopen everything back to what they were before the pandemic started.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard because the more you do that, the problem is not that most people will survive it. It's just that more cases will go up, and then I feel bad for people that work in the medical field. Their days are constant. They haven't got a relief from this, and then they'll get overwhelmed, and then maybe they can't get to someone or.
Yeah, I mean, but there are countries that didn't lock down and yet they have better results than what the US did, like Sweden. People have been talking about Sweden.
Their population's also very small comparatively. I mean, we're talking like 300 million versus like 10, 20 million, right? In Sweden, isn't it like 20 million people or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
different situation.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the numbers, 300 million people and only like 200,000 dead. I mean, I hate to be like fucking like that cruel.
No, I mean, no, I get it. I get like I have another friend that said you're not gonna I mean, this is for it also like I'm not the healthiest guy myself, but people that have like pre-existing health issues, but that's not the point either. You could give it to someone you love. Older.
Oh yeah.
And like I won't go movie theater. I'm not risky as that because I go get my parents groceries and medicine and all that, and they have medical problems.
My parents
I can't risk it.
Yeah.
I can't risk it.
Yeah. Right.
But it's getting frustrating. Like that this isn't. It's annoying. Definitely to still be doing the same thing. Like the people that are listening to what you're supposed to do. And who really could say what you're supposed to do? Everyone has to decide for himself. But if you actually follow what the guidelines by medical professionals, it's exhausting. Like constantly, still to this day, I'm like, oh. So I understand why people.
Like when I don't even wear the mask outside. Like when I go outside of a store, I take my mask off.
I mean, if you're not around people, right?
Yeah. I don't see the point of wearing a mask outside when you're not close to anyone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing a mask now, so.
Right. Do you wear
not,
that in public?
not that kind of mask.
I could. I used to do Blu-ray hunts and stuff before all this started, and I did this in the car. And then I was like, I can't go because the way the world is, people will get scared if I go into a store with a mask like this on.
Well, now they'd be like, oh, he's just covering his.
Well, now I could put a medical mask over my mask, and they would think it's funny or something.
Unless you wear a gas mask, like one of those hazmat suits or something.
Yeah. But yeah, like theaters aren't going to be back to normal for a long time.
It's frustrating.
Which is why they keep pushing back Wonder Woman, because they were so counting on that film to make $1 billion. They should have just kind of like released it when initially like they had it. I think it was like November of last year it was supposed to release, and they pushed it back because they wanted to polish it up. Big mistake. I think you should just.
Now it's in limbo.
Now you're hanging out to this.
Well, I'm losing interest in it. Really.
Yeah,
the longer I'm like,
I was never even really that interested in it.
And now I got Batman to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
we're gonna get Snyder Cut before anything else, maybe.
Yeah, probably. And the same situation with Godzilla versus Kong too. Like that, they had that thing ready by last year, and yet they've pushed it back constantly.
Oh, they regret that now.
Oh yeah,
because they could be making VOD money already too.
If it was already the Mulan movie with the VOD on Disney and everything.
Oh, I did a review of it. It was horrible.
It's horrible. You know the backstory about the camps in China and stuff?
I heard.
Yeah. I've known that for a long time since I ever got interested in China. I've been like really like researching China and like seeing like all of the horrible stuff they do to their people and like how they treat other nations. It's almost like we're on the verge of a Cold War with China. Almost, it's like we're going back to the Soviet era. Like except China's like the place of the Soviet Union.
Yeah, they put Muslims in concentration camps in China. So like. I think Mulan filmed at one of those camps or something like that, or like around those areas or something like that. And they thanked the Chinese government for filming there, and nobody's like pissed off about that. They're more pissed off about Cuties. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious problem, Max. We got to deal with.
I mean, the only people who are like upset with Mulan are like Hong Kong protesters, the people who were already against the Chinese government in the first place.
I've give up fighting bullshit on the internet. Now I just laugh at it. Like I've given up caring. I think it is idiocracy on all sides. I think it's on HBO Max. Yeah. It's a joke now. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's losing it. Gina Carano. I mean, I like Gina Carano too, but she's been making waves recently too. She's becoming quite a social media personality besides just MMA and actress. She's really involved in the social media. Maybe she'll start a YouTube channel.
And she's been like speaking in like support of the people who are against Cuties and like the files and stuff.
The pedophiles, the pedophiles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to defend it myself.
Yeah. Wait, what are we talking about? I don't want to talking about Mulan.
No. Cuties. Right. Okay, I'm not going to defend it myself. Yeah. But if you're going to talk about the story and not like what that other freak YouTuber said that I kind of got excited. No, if you're if you're going to talk about the storyline and say it's like a cautionary tale and this and that, I can understand defending it on that part. But the execution, it was not. It was like the execution was off, or maybe it was an intentional. Maybe the director wanted it. I personally think they wanted it to get out there like that, and it wasn't handled. You need to handle this with kid gloves when you present this type
no
of
pun intended.
Right. Well, actually, don't get gloves in kids or anything. No. But I'm just saying, you handle this subject matter gracefully and carefully, And if it was a documentary and they were filming like this was like an expose, people would be loving it. But because it's fictional and they made the actresses do this, and it was sexual, and it just didn't land right, and it's a big, but it's actually it's trending.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah,
like
if they made it like a documentary, like about like the pageant shows, like
and people love it.
Yeah,
because
or like they expose the dark side of those shows,
right? Because this has gone on for a while. Like I'm surprised people are shocked by this too. These competitions with these children, there's lots of creepy stuff like this. Like even America's Got Talent. I was thinking America's Got Talent. We used to watch that show as a family. Some of the kids on there is like, what the? And people were cheering them on. Whoa, look how great they are. I'm like, whoa, this is
well. I think you still had people who were like against that a long time ago when these shows were still like in their prominence, but nowadays people are starting to notice them a little bit more, and they're like more vocal about it, about their protest.
Yeah, have either of you guys watched Taxi Driver?
A long time
No,
ago.
I've heard about it because I hear people compare it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's young.
She was.
And I forget her storyline. Wasn't she a prostitute?
She's a prostitute, and there's a scene where she actually goes down on Robert De Niro at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's not a defense of Cuties. I'm just saying this kind of shit happens before, and it has a lot to do with like the actors, like parents signing off on it and shit like that. And maybe the kid actors want to do it too. I mean, I don't think like they're forced against their will in the like movies like this. But just saying.
No. There's.
I mean, it's all questionable.
Yeah, it's all very questionable. What did she say?
Sorry.
I heard there's no Eddie Murphy character in Mulan. That turned him off the movie.
No, it's not like they can have mystical creatures. It's not like they can't either, because they had a phoenix and they had a witch. They added a witch.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. It is a generic crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
Yeah, but what you guys say? Which one's worse though? Like Mulan or Cuties? Which one is worse for the culture? All right, because Mulan was filmed in a very precarious situation, and Cuties is a very controversial film. Just by the way,
well, I would say both.
Both are worse.
Both equally as bad.
Yeah, equally as bad.
I'd say actually.
To go check on my coffee real quick. You guys,
Mulan might be worse because Cuties, if you believe the intention of the director that they were trying to expose this as a cautionary tale of what young women could get into and how they could be exploited, but it didn't deliver on that. Like people weren't taking it that way. And you know what? Even intentions as an artist, if the audience doesn't see your intentions or see the angle you were going for, you failed. It's like a comedian where the joke doesn't land and they have to explain it to you. This is why you didn't get the joke. If it doesn't deliver with the audience, it doesn't deliver. But if they were actually going for that angle, I think that's an interesting film. Mm-hmm. But Mulan just was, they were just avoiding that in filming concentration camps. They're not trying to progress at all. They're just like, this is China. This is where we are. And that deal with it. They're not really trying to, by saying we're letting the culture make its own film, and that's how woke Disney's getting, and just going with the flow with them for money's sake, just like how they minimized Finn in the movie poster. They're not trying at all, really. They're just like they're shackled for funds. They're like, okay, China gets its way. So I think actually Mulan's worse if that's true. I didn't know.
Yeah, and when it comes to like Chinese censorship, there are certain things you can't make movies about, otherwise they won't play it in China. Like you can't make a movie about Tibet or the Tiananmen Square protests from the 80s. And you can't let's see what I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, in that remake for the movie Red Dawn, the villains in that movie were originally supposed to be Chinese, but they replaced him with North Koreans because they wanted to get the Chinese box office. But it was all for nothing because the Chinese ended up rejecting the movie anyway. So they would have just been better off keeping the Chinese as the villains.
100%. Yeah, man. So, I mean, China's had their grasp in Hollywood for a minute, right?
Yeah. I mean, since the markets in all other regions haven't been growing, they've been shrinking slightly. They're not like the fan base isn't. It's not a growing market. Movies. They're just trying to maintain.
What?
Oh, he had his thing.
Sorry. They're trying to maintain their audience, make them more comfortable, give them more options. But China and some other regions of the world are actually growing, so they're catering to them what they want. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's sad. What other controversial topics you guys want to talk about here while we're here?
Controversial.
Controversial. Something.
I don't know.
Gina, Sci-Fi's not a controversial dude. He's
who?
You.
I'm not that controversial.
No, I know.
Right?
Well, the Gina Carano stuff's getting a lot of traction now. Roca from Collider is not liking it. I could share that with you if you want. He's tweeting because I follow them both. And I was on Roca's show a few weeks ago. I didn't think he'd let me on. All right, so
yeah, he's the cowboy hat guy.
Yeah, the outlaw.
Okay,
so, all right, do you see this?
There we go.
So he says, as someone who's a massive vocal fan of Gina Carano from her MMA days to Haywire to her straight to DVD. Why do you have to put that in there? So he's kind of throwing a little shade there. Like I support you even though when you didn't deserve it. That's kind of lame. Her straight to DVD phase, her rebirth in The Mandalorian. It's effing sad to see her misuse her platform in this willfully combative and purposefully ignorant way. She knows what she did, So
what did she do?
It's all this attacking people for pronouns or making fun of people for pronouns in their bio on Twitter. This is what she said. I don't know. She needs to go on hard, and then this is he adds a lot. She's doing this, and she's getting a kick out of riling people up. I think you do that too, though, Roca. I really do.
Yeah, that's what he's doing right now, right?
Against right wingers. I'm not against either side. I can't stand politics. I see Roca doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The red state celebrities do this and smirk at the reactions while they play the victim and claim to be against bullying or oppression, while they bully and oppress others with their actions or poorly worded jokes.
Most of them aren't even from red states, though.
I see John Roca and John Campia doing the same thing, so I don't,
Yeah, and he mentions MAGA in the next tweet too.
The naughty MAGA mafia.
Oh, it all comes down to that. All comes down to MAGA.
And here's Mike Kalinowski. And now someone says maybe they'll write her out of season 3. No, come on. Let her speak her mind.
That's for what? For that joke she did? That's like
no, she's been really active on Twitter. Like she's been following a lot of fandom menacers, just so you know. Like they're all happy. Retweeting Drunk 3PO if you know who he is, and
well, I mean good for them.
Good for them. I'm jealous. I'll be honest, I'm jealous. Gina Carano giving me the time of day. Hell yeah. She's beautiful.
And
I mean, I kind of like her takes too. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of the same way I look at James Woods.
Well, let's go
to James Woods' Twitter.
I mean, this is controversial. So I mean, if you want controversial stuff, Gina Carano is in. Then oh my, this is new. Woo!
Read it out.
Beep, bop, boop has zero to do with mocking trans people and 100% to do with exposing the bullying mentality of the mob that has taken over the voice of many genuine causes. I want people to know you can take hate with a smile. So boop you Misunderstanding. All love, no hate. Okay. Man. Boop. She is having fun.
Oh yeah, protests.
Okay. Well, she's retweeting. I know this guy's pretty controversial. I see him retweeted all over.
I know you retweeted one of his tweets and you said he was an idiot.
Did I say that? Yeah. Like, he said some dumb shit in the past.
No, he does. He does. He has an agenda. Let's not lie. He has an agenda with his content and stuff, and he gets a lot of retweets.
I don't even know what his content is. I never really looked into him at all.
I mean, he posts like videos of
a lot of stuff, and like, exposing the bad part of Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. I think he's a lot of
Andy No too. So. I actually prefer Andy No to Ian Miles Chong. Like, I think he's a little bit more unlikable than Ian Miles Chong because Ian Miles Chong, he's kind of done some questionable things in the past too. And with Andy No, he's actually been attacked by Antifa in the past. Like, so like he has a reason to be against Antifa. Like, it's more personal for him.
Okay. I'm trying to find the other thing that really got this is the one that got a lot of, because someone was trying to say, just say you're transphobic and move on. And so she retweeted. Hey,
he's got a good sense of humor. How can people take this? I don't get the internet, man. They take jokes and they count as statements,
I mean, but she's getting involved though. I mean, she's really working her social media tweets. I shouldn't have said it like that.
OnlyFans,
Well, now she's tweeting the MMA stuff too.
Hey, she's having fun. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't argue with her. Woo. All right. That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Pretty controversial. Jokes.
I could look at movie news.
Seriously.
Well, I wanted to talk about Dune, but I want to save that for my channel and maybe
we'll do that in like 13 minutes here, right? 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we'll switch it on to a Sci-Fi Dragons channel. So I got a description here.
I sent you guys the links on Twitter so you guys can join in.
I will definitely do that right after this.
I'm pretty disappointed with everything being delayed. Like, I'm looking at movie news. Needed the Cost Candyman won't be haunting theaters and that was like one of the ones that was ready to be released before all this happened.
Yeah.
You think they're going to push back
talking about?
I know we're not talking about Dune. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't check out the June trailer yet.
We're saving it for his stream.
Yeah.
We can
react to the trailer, but we don't have to show the actual footage. We can put like a picture in the stream, so like it'll cover it up.
Okay.
You want to do that? This one or your one? Yeah.
Well, we could watch the trailer before we go live, so I could see what you're talking about if you want.
Yeah, we can do that. I think that's a good idea.
So like have it ready to go so I can watch it and then I'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking of having like a Q&A with the people who show up in the chat too, if anyone shows up, that is, because my streams haven't been getting the best engagement, my videos or my streams.
Yeah, how do I put your thing in the chat here? Mad Max, can you do that?
I have to be a mod to do that.
All right. I'm still figuring out this shit here.
I can let me send you the link to the stream. I have to open up YouTube Studio to get the link.
Okay.
I could.
But anywho,
let me look it up though. I could send it to you private chat.
Anywho, all right. While we're getting that sorted, any last things you guys want to talk about? We got like 10 minutes left in the stream.
Oh, I say if you're looking for entertainment, get back in the gaming. Gaming, I thought it was going to be delayed, but now the Xbox and the PlayStation is going to have an event Wednesday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually possibly coming out. They're still going to be scarce, some of the consoles. But if you like great storytelling, there's some great games out there. I know you like Last of Us 2, I believe.
Oh yeah,
it's great storytelling. The Avengers game I bought recently, it's a lot of fun. I didn't finish that. I put it.
I haven't been playing that many video games, honestly.
Yeah, sci-fi. You got to
because
hook up your PS4.
Because it's been it's too much of a commitment, you know. Like you
link
gotta have to
working
commit to playing a video game.
Yeah.
People, hey, chat, let us know if that link's working. I just copied that link to the chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you been gaming much, Lantern?
Yeah, actually getting back into some games. I beat Far Cry 4 finally. And yeah, I'm playing some other stuff. I was trying to get Ghost of Tsushima, but
I heard it's great.
I heard it's a masterpiece. Yeah.
I was thinking of getting the SpongeBob video game that they released. That's like a remake of Battle of Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, that looks so good. I wanted.
I mean, it's basically.
I didn't get to play the original when it came out. I bought the SpongeBob movie game instead.
Yeah, I played all those SpongeBob games when I was younger.
Yeah, I'm still a huge SpongeBob fan. I'd say. Yeah.
I did get Jedi Fallen Order.
How'd you like that?
I didn't play it yet. I didn't play it because I'm still playing Avengers. Okay. And I've also been testing out. I just was hooking up my my new Elgato capture device where you don't even have to have it hooked to a computer. Nice. It's expensive. I want to see how it works. You put an SD card in. It's capable of capturing 4K. So I'm hoping to do some video game reviews in the future and get more into video game content and doing everything. But I always procrastinate, and then movie talk's the easiest to do.
Yeah, that's my problem too. Is I procrastinate. That's why I don't get videos out on a normal basis. Like I usually have like long gaps between my videos.
Yeah, I tried to do a Twitch channel on gaming, and like 2 weeks went by, I didn't post anything. You know, like 2-3 weeks, I still haven't posted anything.
We could we could collab on a review if you want sometime, because now that I could capture footage, 4K footage. Yeah, and then have two guys review at the same time might be interesting, or yeah.
I'll be down to do the Jedi game. I already talked about the Jedi game on my channel, but like that game was great. And
are you planning to get Squadrons?
Squadrons? Nah.
Squadrons? Nah.
No. Has that come out yet?
It's coming out in a month or two.
Yeah. Maybe it's not really on my radar, but.
I was thinking of getting the Destroy All Humans remaster.
Oh yeah,
another one looks good. Yeah,
because I didn't get that's another one I didn't play the original either. Like I missed out on a lot of these video games from the 2000s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Samurai Jack game looked great too. I was waiting for that to go down in price a little bit. I think it's $40 a little much for a 5-hour game. You know,
good thing you mentioned that. There's a limited run physical copy I'm thinking about of that one. I don't know if it's like, does it look good to you?
Yeah, it looks real good.
I think that's a remaster too.
I think it's a new game. Samurai Jack, something in time. What's it called?
Oh, I thought it was remade from an older game.
I don't know.
Is it like a sequel to the series, or is it like a prequel or an in-between or whatever?
I don't know. I just saw gameplay and it looked good. All right.
Because it always I'm always interested to see like how these other media fall into continuity with the other franchise. Like you have like a series, and then you have like a movie, and then a video game, and they're like placed in different parts of the continuity.
Oh yeah, Green Lantern did that. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love when
hey, is that series good? The animated that was like just CG for one season? Because I always hear that was a good one.
Oh, it's so good. It reminded me a lot of the Clone Wars, Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated series. A lot like that.
They didn't get to finish it.
They played it on Cartoon Network, some DC block that they did for a while before they discontinued it for whatever reason.
I think it's because of this HBO Max stuff. I see a lot of DC stuff on HBO Max, but they're still missing like half their catalog from the DC Universe service.
Yeah, I still have DC Universe. I canceled it, so it's not going to renew in December, though.
Yeah.
Did you see Swamp Thing?
Not yet.
It started out good, and then the end of it's like, eh. So I'm not like if that Lantern series was good, like, why aren't they trying to bring that back? They brought back Young Justice. I don't like the new version of Young Justice. I like the old version. Did you see that series?
Yeah, I did. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, but did you see the new one? Do you think it compares, or do you just like,
Yeah, I thought it was a good continuation.
Okay. May have to give him another shot.
What do you guys think of the old Teen Titans cartoon that everybody raves about?
That's fun.
Yeah, I grew up on that, dude. That's great.
Yeah,
it's great stuff.
And you know, like people don't like Teen Titans Go either, like the one that followed afterwards. That's more comedic.
Yeah, it's for kids. Yeah,
it's for kids.
That's for Scott Mendelson. All right. The Snyder Cut is for grown-ups.
Right.
That's so funny. He did that. Okay. But anyway,
do you like Titans the show?
Yeah. I watched this first season and everything. It's good shit. I liked it. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for everybody for joining us. We've been on for almost an hour here.
Well, we'll move to my stream next if I can get that open.
Yeah, go if you want to go sub to my channel because I took a hit a few of these videos.
Really, people because of that?
No. When I was talking about this QAnon thing, people didn't like that. I'm like, this might be controversial. I don't know if some of you guys are into this. Yeah, they were. They did not like it. Yeah, if you want to give me so I could eventually get the 5K one day.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, everybody sub to Mad Max's channel.
And Sci-Fi.
And Sci-Fi Dragon.
Yeah.
Link in the comments here. And I'll probably put another link in the comments and description when this is posted and everything. But yeah.
And Lantern is welcome on my channel sometimes, not all the time. Because some of he clashes with the guests sometimes. But that's cool.
Mainly God Rider.
Oh yeah,
God Rider was the one that was mainly clashing with Lantern.
But he says you called him Toad Rider.
Toad Rider, I did.
Yeah,
sounds like something I would say. I don't know. Maybe. He pissed me off. I called him Conehead once. That wasn't nice.
You get under his skin. I like.
The thing I remember Zod Rider the most for is he kept repeating the same phrase, hashtag 2 Ryans.
I think he was drunk. I think he was drunk that day. I like him though. I like everyone. Yeah. Well, most people.
You don't like Jeremy.